Here is the notes of Karnataka State Board Class 8 English Prose Chapter 2, The Boy Who Sold Wisdom. We have question answer summary and all the notes. Here pre-reading task is there. One paragraph is given and after that you need to answer the questions that follow. So King Akbar received a letter from a neighboring king asking for a potful of wisdom. He in turn consulted his clever gesture Birbal. Birbal requested king to give him some time to give a potful of wisdom. The king agreed. So Birbal grew a pumpkin in a pot and gave it to the king. The king in return sent it across to the neighboring king with a note. The wisdom should be removed without damaging the pot or the wisdom in it. If you damage either of them, you should be ready for a battle. The neighboring king was surprised to see the pot full of wisdom, realized his mistake, and fell at the emperor's feet. He begged the emperor to forgive him. Next, question number 1. What was the demand of the neighboring king? Answer. The neighboring king asked King Akbar to send him a potful of wisdom. Next question. How did Birbal get a potful of wisdom? Answer. Birbal grew a pumpkin in a pot and gave it to the Akbar. Next question. What is the meaning of a potful of wisdom? Answer. Wisdom is not a thing. It cannot be measured. The neighboring king wanted to insult King Akbar. Birbal grew a pumpkin in a pot. It was sent to the neighboring king with a note that he should remove the wisdom without damaging the pot or the wisdom in it. As it was not possible, the neighboring king begged Akbar to forgive him. Next here, comprehension exercise. Here, we have to reorder the following jumbled sentences in the right sequence as they occur in the text. So all these sentences are not in the proper order. We have to rearrange them as we have read in the text. So here is the answer. These are the sentences arranged one by one. You can see the sequence of it and you have to arrange those sentences. So the next main, complete the following sentences. First, Nagendra's brilliant idea was to dash. He sold dash. Wisdom was bought by dash. Babu's father was angry with him because dash. Narendra reacted to the fury of Gupta by dash. He returned the money after making Gupta signed dash stated dash. Babu got into a problem for the second time when dash. The dispute between the two maids was over a dash. And here are the answers for that. Here are the answers. You can check out the answers. These are all the answers for the complete the sentence main. Next, answer the following questions in 2 or 3 sentences each. First question, why did Nagendra open a shop? Answer, Nagendra was an orphan and had no job. He was clever and he had learned many things by observing his father. He decided to open a shop and sell wisdom. Next question, why is the merchant's son called a stupid boy? Answer, Babu, a merchant's son, was a stupid boy. He heard the wisdom seller and did not know what was really being sold. He thought wisdom was some kind of a vegetable or a thing he could hold in his hand. Next question, what did Nagendra sell for a nickel? Answer, Babu put down a nickel and asked Nagendra to give him a nickel's worth of wisdom. Nagendra sold the wisdom. It is not wise to stand and watch two people fighting for a nickel. Next question, why was Babu's father angry? Answer, Babu's father was angry because he had paid a nickel for a worthless piece of wisdom. He scolded his son for wasting money on a useless thing. Next question, how did Nagendra make Gupta realize the value of wisdom? Answer, Nagendra made him sign a document which said that his son would not make use of the wisdom. When Gupta and Babu came again for his advice, he made Gupta pay 1,000 rupees. Next question, why did the two maids quarrel? Answer, the two maids went to the same shop and both of them wanted to buy the same pumpkin. There was only one pumpkin, so they started quarreling. Next question, why did Babu and his father go to the Nagendra twice. Answer. Babu stood and watched the quarrel between the two maids. Each of them wanted him to be her witness. The two queens threatened to get his head chopped off if he did not support them. So Babu and his father went to Nagendra to buy wisdom. As advised by Nagendra, Babu pretended to be mad and escaped the king's anger. Gupta did not want his son to act as a mad fellow always. For the second time, they went to Nagendra to save themselves from the king's wrath if he found out that Babu was insane. Next question. Why was Babu very happy? Answer. Babu followed the advice given by Nagendra. He pretended to be mad when the king and the minister asked him questions. He just babbled incoherently. The king lost his patience and drove him out. Babu was happy because the trick was a success. Next question. What is the meaning of the expression think deeply before you do anything? Answer. The meaning of the expression is that we should always think about the pros and cons of the situation before we act. If we do something in haste, it will be waste and it might be dangerous also. Next question. Why did the king make Nagendra his minister? Answer. The minister and one of the queens conspired to kill the king. The king followed the advice of Nagendra. He was able to find out the treachery of the minister and the queen. He sentenced them to death and made Nagendra his minister. Next, here you have the additional question answers apart from the textbook. If you want to give these question answers for your children, you can take the screenshot of it. And you can give this additional question answers apart from the textbook question answers. Here are the additional question answers. In textbook only we have more question answers, but even if for the better understanding of the children and for the more content, if you want to give more question answers, here we have, you can take the screenshot and you can give it to the children. Next main, read the following extracts and answer the questions that follow. The extract is think deeply before you do anything. So question, who was asked to think deeply? Answer, the king was asked to think deeply. Who gave this piece of wisdom and why? Answer, Nagendra gave this piece of wisdom. The king asked him to sell some wisdom to him. Next, how did this piece of wisdom help the receiver? Answer, the king was able to find out the conspiracy hatched against him by the minister and the queen. He saved his own life by following Nagendra's piece of wisdom. Next, I do not sell wisdom by weight, I sell it by quality. Who said this? Nagendra said this. To whom was this said? This was said to Babu. When was this said? When Babu asked Nagendra how much it would cost per kg. What does it mean? Wisdom is not commodity. We can judge wisdom only by its quality to know its worth. Next, here again we have multiple choice questions. Here 4 alternatives are given for each question and you have to choose the correct question. Here are the questions. These are also the extra questions. If you want it for the better understanding of your children, you can take the screenshot of it. 4 options would be given and you have to find out the correct option. Here also we have more questions we have. You can take the screenshot of it and you can give this as the extra question for the children for the better understanding. These are the questions which are not there in the textbook. These are all the additional questions, multiple choice questions. 4 options would be given and the children has to choose the correct option. So all these are multiple choice question. Next, in let's write here, imagine that Babu in this lesson writes to his friend Salim narrating how he was saved by Nagendra's wisdom. Use the hints given below to write a letter. Hints are: one day passing Nagendra's shop, bought wisdom, father angry. Nagendra gave back money, condition not to use the wisdom, watched queen's maids quarrel, called to king's court, Nagendra's advice, pretended insanity, escape punishment, Nagendra famous, if in trouble visit. All these are the options. Next, now you have to write down answer. You have to write down. So here is the answer. Dear Salim, I want to tell you about a very unusual incident. 2 months ago, I saw a new shop in the marketplace. A young boy called Nagendra was selling wisdom. So I went in to see what he was selling. I thought it was a vegetable or a thing. I asked Nagendra the cost of wisdom per kg. He replied that he did not sell wisdom by weight but sold it by quality. I gave him a nickel and asked him to give me a nickel's worth of wisdom. He wrote, "It is not wise to stand and watch two people fighting," on a piece of paper and gave it to me. I went home and showed it to my father. He became so angry that he immediately rushed to Nagendra's shop and scolded him for cheating me. He demanded the nickel back, but Nagendra made him sign an agreement which said I should not follow his advice. After a few days, I was walking near the marketplace. Two women were fighting. They were the maids of the two wanted me to be their witness. The maids complained to their queens, who in turn complained to the king. The two queens sent word that I should speak for them, else they would have a head chopped. My father and I were in a state of panic. We decided to go to Nagendra. Nagendra charged 500 rupees and advised me to pretend to be mad. I pretended insanity in front of the king and did not answer any of his questions properly. He drove me away and I escaped punishment. Nagendra is very famous now. If you get into trouble at any time, visit Nagendra. Your affectionate friend, Babu. Next, let's work with words. Write the meanings of the following words with the help of dictionary and use in sentences to bring out their meaning. First is furious. Furious means extremely angry. The teacher became furious when I said I had not done my homework. Wisdom means having knowledge, experience, and good judgment. King Solomon was famous for his wisdom. Next, pursued, convince someone to do something. The king persuaded Nagendra to become his minister. Feign means pretend. When the police questioned the thief, he feigned innocence. Errands, short journey made to deliver or correct something. The queen sent her maid on an errand. Contract means an agreement. He has agreed to sign a new contract. Document, record in writing. A sale deed is a legal document. Bargain means discuss prices, conditions, terms of trade in order to reach an agreement. Geeta bargained with the fruit seller and bought mangoes for at 40 rupees a kilo. Next, witness, a person who sees an event take place. Babu was a witness to the accident. Then ruse means trick. A cheat promised to double the money. Many people fell for his ruse and lost their money. Next, fill in the blanks in the following sentences with the right option. His brilliance brought honor. Wise people solve problems. Though he was clever, he was without a job. There was no dearth of sympathy from the people who they heard of cruel murder. The paucity of funds made them abandon the project. Next, use since or for with the following time expressions. The film has been on at the theatres since July. She has been on holiday for the last 3 weeks. She has not been here for a month. No one has lived here since 1989. It's the time I have been here since the accident. So this is all about the question answers of The Boy Who Sold Wisdom. Here is the summary of this lesson. If you want, you can go through this, you can take the screenshot and you can read it for the better understanding. All the lesson has been summarized here paragraph by paragraph for the better understanding. So you can go through this and you can make yourself understand this story better. So this is all about the notes and textbook activity and the grammar of this lesson. If you want the notes and grammar of other lessons, you can check the playlist of my channel. You can get from there. Thank you.